end the stage because, obviously, I'm coming to ask questions. Have you donated blood before? If no, why?
It's very important in sickle cell patients in that rather than the 120 organs to prevent morbidity and then mortality in these patients. One of the challenges
is a firm belief that increased awareness leads to better treatment and lower rates of sickle cell disease among Ghanaians. We still have a long way to go towards achieving these goals, but we all must play our part. And this requires us to pursue objectives that benefit society and our customers. And we believe Airtel Tigo, with this prestigious CSR initiative, Airtel Tigo Touching Lives, Sickle Cell Edition, is moving in the right direction. See us using words like warriors, just to refer to them. The people with sickle cell having that condition. You see testimonials that will help them know how to better manage the condition.
I'm asking because blood donation is very important, and I'm happy that they highlighted blood donation in episode 4. Why should I donate blood? But sometimes the blood saves you, even away from.
sometimes depend on the blood donors like you and I to survive certain complicated cases.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Chris Christ, and what I want to say is get to know your status. It's not just about positive or negative. Get to know the exact status.
When we met Dr. Anson, she gave us hope, always giving us encouragement to move ahead. Don't think about death, think about life, always live happily. For 2 weeks, and all the bills were paid by Iscc team members, and some of the money was left to take care of us, of our hospital bill throughout this year. And God bless you, Mary and son. God bless you, sister.
Good morning. My name is Jessica Benjamin, and I have sickle cell disease. Through Iscc, when I met Dr. Mary Anson and her team, they made impact in my life, and they made me so happy that when I was not getting my well-being job, my old job wasn't helping me, and my sister and my brother, they were not working. So I was the only one who was working, and my money was not enough to take care of the house. So through Dr. Mary and her twin sister, they got me a job so painful that it's more than 5 times of my old job. Now I'm so happy that now I'm working with Beautiful Creations Company Limited. So I want to thank my boss, Mr. James Samuel Hanson. And I want to thank Dr. Mary and her team because they have been so supportive of me and my family, because my sister and my brother were left alone. We don't have anyone, but they make us that we have family, and they do a lot of smile in our faces. So they have done so well. And now, glory be to God, now they are taking my sister to a law school.
But since I met Iscc, I relocated from Kumasi to Accra. And I think 2 weeks I got admitted at the hospital. At that time, Iscc members barely knew me at that time, but they took care of me, the bills and everything, and I got discharged. I think 3 days later, my sister got sick, and I think I was worried also. And the following day, I got admitted as well at the hospital, and Iscc members came again to our aid. They provided money, they supported, like, I'm just in short of words right now, but like I say, thank you to all Iscc members that supported. And right now, through Iscc, I think they've spoken to a school and an institution that deals with, I think, software, and it's software engineering. And through their help, The school is actually willing to give me a scholarship, a full 100% scholarship for 2 years. And not just only that, they've also provided stipends for me every month, which will be used for my feedings and the transportation from where I live to the school.
Now, so I do an mean that because I'm not going to make about saying any other football or chili. But I do an account who want to see that we share them. Not make crisis neighbor, it's not easy, and I got two on my legs. And see, sometimes for the walking is not easy. But people Dr. Hanson, Nyankupando, my own changes very. Now, me tip is imposed you also. Me tip posted bibi da benyan. Na nyamia dum so, me close so I am fine. I take this as best me no. And in drove so on my head so. You don't so help me. I'm a see a put on because me I won't be single cell patients never. But I say I'm a copy of the sure so sickle cell. So me na crisis can be called which so. Now who's a junior? Now who's an out here is a junior? I mean so your pains mobile. Be two of me bones in I'll see your baby. Sometimes I call report I'll see you. I don't know where I go back. I'll say I won't go back. Make my coffee. My nanny I can't go for my life. And age I'm because when I 38 years I thank God for my life. I'm sure.
Before I met Dr. Marianne and her sister in the Iscc team, I really do not like talking about sickle cell stuff or anything. I always stick to myself. I don't tell people I'm sickle cell or I have sickle cell. When I'm in pain, I just keep it to myself. So I met Dr. Hanson and that has changed. I told her my story and she was like, oh, don't worry, your story will help educate, so let's share. So through her, I was able to tell my story, which will go out and maybe educate someone out there to also feel happy about themselves, live with sickle cell or like just be okay and not find it difficult approaching people or talking about sickle cell. So I'm grateful for her and
As supporters, the work is big. The patients are not. We can't do all by ourselves. We are calling on support. Anyone who has been touched by these stories and wants to support, our doors are open. You can always come, support, and help us impact lives.
Newly founded organization. It was established last year, March, by myself and my twin sister, Martha Riafi. So many things led to the founding of the Iscc. We realized that 1 in 3 Ghanaians have the sickle cell trait, but many people do not know their genotype, and especially with the women, a lot of them only find out that they have the sickle cell trait during pregnancy. And with a lot of parents, after they've given birth to a child with the disease, then they find out that they've given birth to a child with the disease and they have the sickle cell trait. And this can cause a lot of havoc and issues in families. And it's actually led to some families breaking down because the parents didn't have the needed understanding of sickle cell disease. And some believe sickle cell disease is a death sentence. There are so many misconceptions in society about sickle cell. But then, importantly, we partnered with Airtel Tigo for this educational initiative because I'll use my uncle as an example. Though he came from a good home that could take care of him, my family wasn't educated on the do's and don'ts on how he could live a full life with sickle cell disease. And this led to an early death at the age of 19 years. But then sickle cell disease is no longer a death sentence, and people think it still is. At the Ghana Institute of Clinical Genetics, Kolebu, their oldest patient is 98 years old. So we want to spread that news that when you have the needed medical care, when you're educated, you have the necessary support, you'll be able to live a long and full life, achieve your dreams and goals. And that's why we think education is important. And sickle cell does not discriminate. It doesn't matter whether you are rich, you're poor, wherever you are. Anyone can experience the complications. But then it shouldn't stop you from achieving your life's goals. And that's the hope and the message that we want to give to Ghanaians. We want Ghanaians to be educated. Another experience I had was with a good friend of mine who didn't receive the needed medical care because the doctor had not been educated on ways of managing a patient when they come with a sickle cell complication. And my friend died within 24 hours. He was 28 years. He shouldn't have died. So there's a lot of education for healthcare professionals as well. We need to come together and provide education to the public, healthcare professionals, speak to corporate organizations, to do what we all have to come together to work to break the sickle cell stigma and provide support to those who live with the condition.
Iscc aboa me pa. Iscc transform my life. Ama sesi a say na meet first, no say na meet here. Sesi a me kuro no na me adom I improve and Iscc so I ensure me say on be surgery na ama me ho aso me. Nti Iscc me hu omo no omo aboa me. Omo sa ma ye duro free ye sika. Every month be abakoje. Enu na sesi a no me tanya crisis and go hospital. We are regular poor, be mine or be pen and mania. Into Iscc, or my boami. Me who mono.
After the death of my parents, we are all as sickle cell disease. We have sickle cell disease, and we have been rejected by many. But since we met Iscc, they've given us the boldness and the courage to speak for ourselves, to stand in all areas of our life. Dr. Mary Anson and her twin sister has been helpful to me and my siblings because they've been taking care of our medication. Now, at first, we could not afford it. Medical attention. Every month, we go for the medication. Then we can't afford it, but right now, they have been affording it for us. And now, Iscc has given us the boldness to speak and stand and advocate for the Iscc, for the sickle cell disease, because it's not a death sentence disease. It has been a parent heritage from both parents. So
yes, you should be there.